So I'm Frank Duran, and I'm across from our valued customers artist. And what is your name, sir?
My name's Tim Chamberlain.
And how long have you been doing our valued customers?
Yeah, like I've been doing it for about a little over 3 years. And it's yeah, like I think on the web, I just got actually an email from Tumblr yesterday that was like, "Happy 3-year birthday." So I know I started it on just like my regular website before I was on Tumblr, so it's around 3 years.
Are you mainly on Tumblr, or is there?
No, I have the main website is rvaluecustomers.net, and that's just like a blogspot account. It's not a real website because I didn't think anyone would ever see it. So you know, but yeah, so it's based on there. But then there's it's a Tumblr and Facebook and Twitter and all the places it's supposed to be.
How'd you get started?
Well, it's based off of I worked full time in a comic shop for a long time, for like a bunch of years, and it was yeah, you know, awesome. Working comic store is the fucking best job. It's the coolest. It's exactly what you want. You're like, I get to hang out at the comic store and get paid. But yeah, and it was just sort of, you interact with different people there than you would at like another kind of jobs. You know, like I was used to having like barista jobs. You know, where people come in and give you a shit about like their coffee because they were coffee nerds, and you're just like, how could anyone care about this? But then like at the comic store, like people come in, they're like, well, what do you mean you don't have the variant cover? And they freak out, and you're like, oh, because you're a comic book. I get that. I understand that part. So, yeah. So it was just for years of sort of hearing these things, and I started writing them down because my brother and I were going to do something with them, but then I just started drawing them while I was sitting at work, and put them on the internet, and that's what it is.
That's awesome. And I mean, you do all the art. How long have you been drawing for?
I mean, forever. It's always drawn. Always been doing art in some version. But yeah. Always drawn.
Are these drawings actually of the people who say it, or is it?
Some of them are. I mean, like some of them, if the people are real shitbags. Yeah, it's exactly what you look like. I'm not gonna try and hide your identity. Some of these though, it's like I'll be hanging out with a friend of mine or the wife, for example, and they'll say something. I'll be like, okay, well I can't draw them saying that, so I'll have to change it. Or if it's like like one of the regulars guys that comes in the store, it's a good dude who's like just having an off day and just says something real off the cuff. It's like, well,
every nerd says something.
I'm gonna alter it just enough so you're not gonna get upset. You know what I mean? I'll change it. but yeah, it's close. It's close.
Other than Art Value Customer, I see you have some prints. What else do you do other than Art Value Customer?
Well, again, like this sort of the comic caught on was such a weird sort of out of nowhere thing. Like I went from getting like 10 hits on the website a day, which were mostly all me, to like overnight getting like 500,000 a day, and it was like, what? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, and so I don't know how exactly it caught on, but it was one of those stupid just internet things where somebody mentioned on the right site or something, like, look at this, and it blew up. So like I've gotten a lot of attention from this, and again, like Penguin contacted me about doing the book, which was, they had sent me an email, and I didn't respond to it because I was like, that has to be a joke. Like I just figured it was one of my friends like being shitty, and I was like, oh yeah, right, sure, and I didn't respond, and then like 4 or 5 months went by, and then they emailed me again, and were like, hey, really, if you're interested in this, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll see, but and then it was like, oh, it was real, so, yeah, so I mean, like, it really caught me by surprise, so this wasn't really an intention of anything I was going to do for any extended period of time. It was more just like a hobby.
Thinking of being an artist? Or?
Oh, I mean, like, I've always sort of been an artist, but like, it's one of those things that's sort of like deciding you're going to be a race car driver, you know, it's like, yeah, I would love to, but it's sort of it's a hard profession to sort of get into and just decide you're going to do it and you're going to make your money on it. I mean, God bless anybody that can do it, full time and have that be their main source of income. But like, yeah, I've been doing this sort of for years. I've done all kinds of stuff, done like screen printing and selling T-shirts and doing commissions and doing draw all kinds of stuff for people that I never really saw it as ever being something that like, oh, you could actually make money at. So that it's working now is terrific. I'm super for it, and I have lots of stuff that I'm going to continue going with. I have 3 more projects that I'm working on that are going to be out in the next couple of months, hopefully. Yeah.
Now, I know Our Value Customers covers a lot of topics. What is some of your favorite nerd topics?
Some of my favorite nerd topics. Well, for example, actually, I was supposed to go to bed last night really early, and I was looking at HBO Go, and they had just put They Live on again, and I was like, I've seen that movie a million times. I've seen it like a million times. I think we own that movie, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I gotta watch this, and I had to stay up until 3 in the morning and watch that. So like, I love honestly those weird the old like John Carpenter movies, like that, and like The Thing, and all that stuff. Like I love all sort of like the weird horror movies and stuff from that era. Like I'm really into all that stuff. Which there isn't a lot of overflow into what I do here, but you know, but still, it's I love that stuff. Like that's one of my favorites.
Are you a huge comic book guy?
Oh, absolutely.
Or,
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you DC or Marvel?
I'm not one or the other. I have to tell you, it was funny. We were talking about this the other day. Like I grew up and it was like, when you're little, it's like superheroes and like the figures, the action figures. What it was based on for me were Marvel had the Secret Wars action figures that were awesome, and I had a ton of those. But then I also had the DC Superpowers guys that were great too. And so I had both of those, and it was like I liked both of them, but they didn't fit into each other's vehicles right because they didn't really work. So I mean, like I remember I liked them both, but they were very different.
Now, would you like to plug anything you would like to plug?
I mean, really just the website right now, just ourvaluecustomers.net, and my book is available at finer comic shops and on Amazon. And actually, you get it for really cheap on Amazon. You get it for like $2 on Amazon or something.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So you should, if you want to buy it, you can buy it from me, or you can buy it on Amazon. But yeah.
Yeah, cool. Where are you from, like exactly?
I'm from Boston.
Okay,
yep.
that makes it even cooler. That makes it 10 times cooler.
Yeah. See, I told you. Yeah.